me, because the second you say, I made it, you've lost. The second you think you made it, you've lost.
Your sound's cutting out.
I thought there was like a giant airplane where you are. Anyways, um,
We're good now. Yeah, sorry, bro.
okay. Anyways, yeah, guys, no, you hit it on the head. Personal development, like I said, it's changed for me, and I've seen what it's done for you in 8 months. You really can't help other people until you help yourself. We talked about an easy example. If you're on an airplane, and because people come in this business and they say, I want to help everyone, I want to help everyone win, which is great. But if you aren't pouring into yourself, if you aren't investing in yourself first, you're not going to be able to help anybody, because you need to be right. And a perfect example of this is on an airplane. If the mask drops down, you need to get oxygen. You don't give it to everyone else first. They tell you on the plane, make sure you can breathe and then help other people. So that's essentially what personal development is done. Tristan is a walking, talking example of being a product of it. So thanks for sharing on that, bro. Um, Switching gears a bit, I want to talk about the meat and potatoes. Development's awesome, leadership is great, but what's behind everything that we're doing and the success that this company is having is the product. Tell me a little bit about your experience with the sales product, and tell me one testimonial, if it's not yours, someone else on your team. And I just want to shout out Corey and Kyle, who I saw showing some love. What's up, fellas?
Right on, man. I know that you have to, in order to be a part of a business where you feel like, you're going to be doing something amazing with, you have to have an amazing experience or know of an amazing experience. For me, man, like I said, I was not looking for a business opportunity, right? As far as I knew, I was in the right quadrant, being an employee, and I was making significant money, and life was good, right? But um, I had my own personal testimony, right? I was working hard, and I had a lot of struggles working in the oil field, working up north, never being with my family, never seeing my, the people that I loved. My spouse at the time, she was in Mexico, and the long distance relationship with that. And, over time, man, you start dealing with some, you start dealing with situation that everything starts to kind of crash down on you. It's hard to compartmentalize, right? And so I hadn't experienced this much anxiety and this much stress and this much tension in my life, and I wasn't sleeping. I was very sensitive, if to just really soften how I was at work. I was very sensitive to many things. My performance at work, running machinery in is the noise in the background okay? Just, is it
I,
too
I
loud?
Nothing. I hear nothing, so it's all good on
Okay,
the.
okay. Sorry, I just one before I said. So basically, all that stuff was kind of attacking me, and I had, my performance at work was, I could have killed somebody easily if I hadn't taken care of my circumstance. And I know so many people, man, that are going through that, the anxieties throughout the day, the stress, the relationship issues, the mental blocks, all that stuff where you're not sleeping, your focus is out the roof, but you've habitualized your working habits, your working methods, where it's just normal. But when you get in that position where things are, very habitual, you stop thinking about the things that could go wrong because you just feel so confident. But I was at a point where I just really knew that if I didn't take care of my circumstances and my mental health, I was going to be I would have killed somebody. And so, you know, just a short blip of how it worked. I reached out, I was looking for some sort of help. I had friends, buy me hundreds of dollars worth of natural remedies, and I was wondering why they only work temporarily, right? And I had a friend reach out to me. She started a business. I have a very large level of trust in, and she was an integral person. So I was like, man, I want to try these. She hyped them up, she said, these are amazing. They make me feel amazing, and had no idea that it was going to help with my circumstances whatsoever. I started taking them, and to be honest with you, I'd never felt better in my life. I hadn't even noticed. I hadn't even consciously thought of some of the things that they were helping me with until like 3 weeks in, where I was like, holy shit, man, they've helped with things that I had no idea I actually needed help with. My focus was on point. I was at work, man. My bosses were wondering what the heck was going on with me, because as an operator, you know, I'm in my machine, but I was getting off my machine, helping the boys on the ground. The boys were taking the products. They were zipping around. Things were getting done. You know, I was in a cheerful mood. Everybody was getting, the chemistry was unreal. You can just hear it in my voice right now. I was in you know, I was just back to Tristan. I had the same shit going on, though, let me tell you, with my relationship. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get that wrong,
Okay.
because I stuck with that toxic relationship. It was terrible, but I was sleeping. I had energy. I had focus. I was feeling good. My joints were feeling amazing. My body was functioning the way that I wanted it to. Everything was aligned, and for me to feel like things were aligned, I just, you know, it was a turning point where I was like, man, I need to look into this industry. I need to look into this company, and you know, I can improve people's lives doing the same thing. So, you know, the boys that were trying the products at work, they're just like, man, I want everything. I want everything. Everybody was working. They were feeling great. Their lives were improving. So I said, you know what? I can do this because I know it works.
Yeah.
And you know, another story, quick story. You know, my friend, my buddy's mom. You know, she's like my second mom, and she, you know, she lost her son 9 years ago, and she had been in mourning for about 9 years, basically. Didn't want to leave the house. You know, verbally abused. You know, going on pills to help with sleep, to help with anxiety. Didn't ever talk. You know, never went out of her way to reach out to people. Very, you know, emotionally distressed, to say it, you know, softly. And man, I told my buddy, I said, man, just get your mom on these products. You know, I paid for my buddy for his products to try. He loved it. He started succeeding in this business. He paid me right back. His mom, we're like, man, we got to get her on this. She started them, and I'm telling you, within 2 days, this lady was perked up in the morning. She had never been woken up. She never woke up on her own early in the morning. She was up out of bed. She had energy. She was positive. Her mind was functioning at the levels that they should be, which is important. But she was getting the nutrients she needed for her body. She's 50% off of all of her anxiety and depression meds. She's almost 100% off right now, 6 months in, and her life has changed, man. She is one of my best builders on my team right now, because she has shifted, and people know exactly how she was and where she is now. And if anything could be told about, you know, a testimony, when people know a person before those testimonies, and then they see them and they know the improvements, you can't help but not be curious, right? And I'm telling you, it was just it's the most unreal thing I've ever seen. Just to just know somebody personally and see that suffering, and then just to come out of that, it's just unreal.
You are speaking the truth, brother. I think that's why our business model is so cool, because the way we operate is, you know, we have these products, right, and we don't charge people for them. We sample them out for free. We give them away for free, because when you find someone who has an issue like you spoke of, whether it's depression, anxiety, you know, the mental block, bad sleep, you know, can't get the energy they need, bad joints, like it helped me. You can give it to them and they work. And we're something that no one on the market has done. We're the first to do it, and you know that's extremely powerful. When you're first to enter, you hold significant power. So that's something that you know we have, and thank you for sharing on that. And if Ashley's still on, shout out to Ashley. She's actually one of my friends who's also from Canada. So shout out to Canada.
Woo!
Yeah, shout out to Canada. All right, yeah, let's swing it a little bit. Let's talk. So I watched you go from, we have different ranks in our company, right? You went from silver to gold to platinum in 1 week. Congratulations on that. You know, for those who you don't know, gold gets you 3% global profit sharing. As a founder, it gets 5%. I believe that opportunity is still available in Canada right now. And not to mention, Tristan got a free 3 day all expense paid cruise to the Bahamas. Badass. And you know, the payout on reaching platinum is like 5 to 7K a month if it's sustained over a month months period of time. So that's pretty badass, dude. And I think what can be equated to that, and what I want to shift into is Robert Kiyosaki, who a lot of people may or may not know. He's multi-millionaire, author of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. He teaches the point, and he says this: people make money, but systems are what create wealth. And we have one of the best systems here, and you and everyone else on Team Canada is proof that it works. And I made a post about it the other day. So talk about the system we have, and I just want to let people know too that people hear system and people have their, they're on edge, right? They're trying to wonder about it. But the way this system works, how a system works, is a lot of people see Tristan's success, right? They see him doing well and they think, oh, Tristan's crushing it, good for him. But the way this system works is Tristan does not win unless he's helping other people win. We cannot win unless we help other people win. Is that not like the world's best system? So Tristan hit platinum and everyone on his team hit silver, gold. Everyone's on the way up. So talk about the system, brother. Talk a little bit about that, the system we have.
Absolutely, man. That's the thing I didn't know about. Robert Kiyosaki talks about those 4 quadrants, and our mentor talks about it too, and he has his own little way of speaking about it. But man, a system that's working for you, as an employee, something that really I didn't know about. But when I was told it as an employee, like, when someone shines the knowledge on you and you're like, whoa, right? That's what hit me, man. And when Rick had gone over that quadrant, I was like, okay, well, there's 4 quadrants. There's employee, there's the business owner, there's the big business owner, and then the investor. Should I do this on maybe my whiteboard?
If you want to crank it out, do it all the power. Let's run on the fly. Show the peeps.
All right, boys and ladies and gents here. This is my whiteboard. All right. Should I do it back? I might have to do it backwards. I don't know. Actually, I'll flip my camera around. There we go. Look at that. All right, guys. So there's the 4 quadrants. This is really crappy writing, hey?
You're good.
So there's the employee, the small business owner, the big business owner, and the investor. Sorry for the writing. It's a little scratchy. So what I know is I was I'm an employee, and as an employee, man, I know that for the last 9 years, with all the hard work, and I explained it, with all that hard work, I know that 12 hours a day invested, I was working my time for money, right? I've been spending 9 years investing hard work, hard labor in order to attain a substantial amount of cash. But what I didn't realize is that there's this corporate pyramid that we've been learning about, and I'm sitting on the bottom of it. I'm gonna write it down right here. There's this corporate pyramid that we learn about, and there's the 3, there's the CEO on the top. There's the 3 levels of supervision, and then there's the employee on the bottom. And this is where I sit. And how do you get to the top, right? The employee in order to get to the top, does the employee make more money than the supervisor? Never. Does that supervisor make more money than that other? No, it's always getting paid to the CEO at the top. And when I seen that, man, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, people talk about this other pyramid, like you're in a pyramid, and I'm like, I'm in a pyramid where everybody is able to pass everybody at the top in pay. And and then you ask them, you're like, can you make more than this guy? No. Can